The world feels different. This is not an illusion, it is a reality. Since 2019, a series of shocks has reverberated across the globe. The world as we knew it has fundamentally changed. The COVID-19 pandemic brought life to a standstill. Economies shuttered, societies fractured, but the pandemic was not an isolated incident. It was a catalyst, accelerating existing trends. The digital revolution went into overdrive. We are living through a period of profound transformation. This essay will explore the key events shaping this new reality. It will also offer a message of hope, exploring our capacity for resilience. The COVID-19 pandemic was a global shockwave. It was a stark reminder of our vulnerability, our interconnectedness, and the fragility of the systems we rely upon. The virus spread with alarming speed, bringing borders to a standstill and shutting down entire economies. Lockdowns became the new normal. Social distancing, mask mandates, and remote work redefined our daily lives. Fear and uncertainty permeated every aspect of our existence. The pandemic exposed and exacerbated existing inequalities. Healthcare systems were pushed to the brink. Essential workers risked their lives while many others faced job losses and economic hardship. The pandemic was a shared experience, but it was experienced differently by different communities and individuals. The scars of the pandemic run deep. They are etched in the collective memory of humanity, a constant reminder of a world turned upside down. The pandemic forced us to confront our mortality, our interconnectedness, and the fragility of the systems we have built. The pandemic triggered a global economic crisis. Lockdowns and disruptions to supply chains sent shockwaves through the global economy. Businesses shuttered, unemployment soared, and financial markets went into freefall. The economic fallout of the pandemic has been unevenly distributed. Many low-wage workers lost their jobs, while those in higher-paying professions were often able to work remotely. The gap between the rich and the poor widened, exacerbating existing inequalities. Governments around the world responded with massive stimulus packages, but the economic recovery has been slow and uneven. Inflation has surged, eroding purchasing power and adding to the economic anxieties of many. The pandemic has also accelerated trends already underway in the global economy, such as automation and the rise of the gig economy. These trends are reshaping the nature of work and creating new challenges for workers and policymakers alike. The pandemic did not create political and social divisions, but it did exacerbate them. Lockdowns, mask mandates, and vaccine requirements became flashpoints for political polarization. Misinformation and disinformation spread rapidly online, fueling distrust and division. The pandemic coincided with a period of rising nationalism, populism, and social unrest around the world. Protests erupted over racial injustice, economic inequality, and government overreach. The pandemic served as a stark reminder of the fragility of social cohesion and the importance of addressing underlying societal issues. The pandemic also highlighted the importance of global cooperation and the need for effective multilateral institutions. The response to the pandemic was often fragmented and uncoordinated, highlighting the challenges of addressing global challenges in an increasingly divided world. Section 5, Digital Overload, the Digital Maelstrom. The pandemic accelerated the digital transformation of society. People turned to digital technologies for work, education, and social connection. Digital technologies provided a lifeline, but also came with a cost. The line between work and home life blurred, leading to digital overload. The constant stream of news contributed to anxiety and stress. The pandemic highlighted the digital divide and the need for digital literacy. The digital revolution is transforming our lives at an unprecedented pace. Section 6, Climate Crisis, Our Planet in Peril. The COVID-19 pandemic briefly overshadowed the climate crisis, but it was a stark reminder of our interconnectedness with the natural world. The pandemic demonstrated the devastating consequences of zoonotic diseases, which are on the rise due to deforestation and habitat loss. The climate crisis continues to unfold with increasingly frequent and severe heat waves, droughts, floods, and wildfires. These events are displacing communities, disrupting food systems, and causing widespread economic damage. The climate crisis is a threat multiplier, exacerbating existing inequalities and fueling conflict over scarce resources. The pandemic showed that rapid, collective action is possible in the face of a global crisis. It also highlighted the importance of science, international cooperation, and individual responsibility in addressing global challenges. The lessons learned from the pandemic can and must be applied to the fight against climate change. Section 7. Psychological impact, collective trauma, and its aftermath. The events of recent years have taken a toll on our collective psyche. The pandemic, economic uncertainty, political polarization, and the climate crisis have created a pervasive sense of anxiety, fear, and uncertainty. Many people are experiencing symptoms of collective trauma, including increased stress, anxiety, depression, and sleep disturbances. The pandemic forced us to confront our mortality and the fragility of life. It disrupted our routines, social connections, and sense of safety and security. The constant barrage of negative news and information has contributed to a sense of overwhelm and despair. It is essential to acknowledge the psychological impact of these events and to seek support when needed. Talking to loved ones, engaging in self-care practices, and seeking professional help can all be helpful in coping with stress, anxiety, and trauma. Section 8. Moving forward, navigating a new reality. The world has changed. We are living through a period of profound transformation, and it is natural to feel a sense of shock, grief, and uncertainty. But amidst these challenges, there is also hope. Humans are remarkably resilient and adaptable creatures. We have faced difficult times before, and we have emerged from them stronger. The pandemic has forced us to reevaluate our priorities, to appreciate the simple things in life, and to recognize the importance of human connection. It has also highlighted the power of collective action and the importance of global solidarity. The challenges we face are complex and interconnected, but they are not insurmountable. By embracing a spirit of resilience, innovation, and compassion, we can navigate this new reality and create a better future for ourselves and generations to come.